Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to do something slightly different, and I'm surprised that nobody's thought of this before. Now, we've all seen servers in Minecraft, and one thing everyone says is post your in-game name in the comments. And I was thinking, there's a much easier way to do this, and that's to use forms on Google Docs. Now, I've set up a quick one to show you some of the things that you can do. So I'll just go through it. So you've got a basic text box here, so I'll put mine in. Oops. And I'll put, why do you want to join the server? Now, I don't actually have an active server, I'm just using this as an example, but yeah. Now, the following ones are a few examples of what you can do. So, how advanced in Redstone are you? Now, I'd say I'm actually average. I'm not an expert, which is sort of like Seth Bling, Cube Hamster sort of level, but I do have some knowledge. I mean, I can make some sort of like piston doors and a few bits and bobs like that. Which of the following Minecrafters do you know? Well, obviously I know pretty much all of them, which is why they're all here. And do you have any other comments that may help your application? This is similar to that one. So let me just go through sort of like some of the controls we've got here. So this is a short sort of like one answer box, which is useful for stuff like names, email addresses, stuff like that. This is a paragraph box, and I'll show you how to set all these up in a minute, which basically allows you to enter like a block of text, and so you can sort of like explain. So I don't know, if it's a build, so you can sort of like say that you've got a lot of experience in building stuff, and say if it's redstone, you can put sort of like a lot of redstone experience, or if it's just a survival server, you just want to meet new friends or something. It's really up to sort of like the person who's actually owning the server. Now these are options boxes. You can only select one, and so it's basically for sort of like a scale, so sort of like top and low and in the middle. It's slightly different from these checkboxes below. These are where you can select more than one, and yeah. And for this box at the bottom, it's the same as that one, but I've just put, do you have any other comments that may help your application? References can go here. So if, say, you worked on one of Hypixel's maps, you could sort of like put a reference to that, and if yeah, you get the point. So what I'll do is I'll submit that, and it says your response has been recorded. Now I'll just go back to that in a sec. Let me see. How do I get responses? It's been a while since I've actually used this, so where's responses gone? Summary of responses, is that it? Yeah. So this is slightly different depending on sort of like how you view it. I think you can view it in a spreadsheet sort of format, but I've forgotten how to do that. Which would probably be more useful in this case, but you do get this kind of analytics sort of like layout, and it so you can see sort of like how advanced the group of people are at Redstone, how many people know different Minecrafters, and so Hypixel might have sort of like more people who are interested in building. Some people for Seth Bling or Cube Hamster might be more Redstoney based, and for the others like Ant Venom, Captain Sparkles might be sort of like mods and sort of like other things. Farlands or Bust is sort of like adventuring and stuff. So yeah, but let me see if I can get up the spreadsheet, because I know you can get a spreadsheet form. Where has it gone? Ah, right. So I think what you'll need to do is create a new spreadsheet like this, and it'll just set up the spreadsheet. They've slightly changed it from when I started looking at these, and so I haven't made one in a while, but you'll be able to click view responses there. Now I don't think it will have the one that I put. Oh yeah, it does. So it'll give you a timestamp of when they actually did it. That's standard. Then you can have your Minecraft in-game name, reason to join, and you can make these bigger as you need them. And yeah, I mean it's not exactly the most ideal for when you're having checkboxes, but what I'll do is I'll go through how to actually create one from the start. So you go onto your Google Docs. Now you do need a Google Docs account, or a Google account to use Google Docs. And so once you've got a Google account, it's the same as your YouTube account if you've got one. And what you do is you go to create, and for this one we're going form. Now you'll get this, and so what you can do is you can select a theme, and let me just show you what a theme looks like. You've seen the other one, and so I'll just show you a different theme. Let's go note paper, and so example whitelist form. So if we load that up, we'll get this, and it puts a title in automatically, and submit your application to join my server. And you can sort of like customize this like specifically for what stuff you need to know off your applicants. So you'll obviously need in-game name, and that needs to be just plain text. Now these are the options you've got. You've got text, paragraph text, which was the longer answer, multiple choice, which was the circular options, check boxes, which are the square options, choose from a list. Now I'm not sure what this looks like on a page because I've never used it. A scale, where you can sort of like, I'll use that one in a minute. And grid, I've never really used that before, so it's up to you whether you explore that one. But we just want basic text for this one, and required question means that they need to put some text in there, else they won't be able to submit it. And once you've done that, you hit done, and then you can add another item. So let me just go on to scale, and I'll put. Now, I don't think I had one of these on my other one, but I'll just show you this one as an example. So so none to expert, and I'll have that as a required one as well, because maybe this is a redstone server, maybe like one of the ones that say Seth Bling or Cube Hamsters, and I can't remember which one it is. But we'll go on to another one. Why you want to join the server, and this needs to be paragraph text. And you see, you basically just sort of like setting up a form like this, and so you just keep going, and I'll put one on which doesn't require you to submit it. So it could be. So if you want to be, say you want to know when latest updates to a Bucket server is going. I mean, I make a few Bucket plugins. They're not really at a stage to be released yet, but I think one of them, Lone Creeper, was on my channel. That's the nearest to being complete. And so if I ever do get a server, I'll probably put that on at some point, and I'll just sort of like. If I do something like this, send out an email saying what dates I'll be doing like updates on, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just sort of like this, and so that's sort of like optional. They can opt out of that. So I'll show you what that one looks like in a minute. Now, this confirmation page, you can put your own response in there. I don't usually do that because your response has been recorded is sort of like okay, but show link to submit another response. You don't want to let them do that, because if they set up like multiple ones, they can start spamming it. Now, if you put a link on sort of like a topic page, then they can sort of like click it many times, and that's not ideal, but it's better than a sort of like out and out showing them, oi, here, enter another one and spam us. So I always think it's best to uncheck that. Publish and show a link to the results of the form. You don't want to do that, especially if you do something like email mailing list, because that will allow people to see the responses, and that could contain sensitive data. And also, some people don't want other people, if they're not on the server, to see their in-game name, and so it's a confidentiality thing. I mean, Google Docs is it's relatively secure, but like it said on can't remember where it was, but it said specifically, do not show your do not submit passwords through Google Docs, and yeah, and allow responders to edit responses after submitting. Now, this is entirely up to you. I usually think one response per person. If they really need to change it, then why would they submit that data in the first place? So yeah, and I'll do it now just to be quick, and so it doesn't mess up anything. Choose response destination, new spreadsheet. It might be worth checking that if you want, but I'll let you fiddle with that. And just hit create, and it will set that. So let's view the live form. And so this is what it looks like. It's quite a nice layout, actually. Yeah, you'll see at the bottom, never submit passwords through Google Forms. And so submit your application to join my server. Star is required, so in-game name, Kintic. Slightly different from my YouTube username because I wanted to be slightly different. I'm going to go a 3 for that one. You can see it acts as a scale. It's more sort of like a horizontal checkbox, and it doesn't have as many options, but yeah, it's my server T. Email mailing list. I won't put my email in because that you can get that in other places, but it's quickestme@gmail.com. If you want sort of like me to cover some of the other things that you may be seen, like the grid functionality of options, then just send me an email, and I'll if many people want to see it, I'll put it in a new video. If not, I'll play around with it and sort of like give you my opinion on sort of like what to do where and stuff. But yeah, and can hit submit. Your response has been recorded. Gives you the option to create your own form. But yeah, close that one down because it's saved in my docs. View responses, and similar to the other one, except this is now 3 instead of the name of the option. But you can go back and forth between your form, and don't know. Oh, sorry. So you can maybe just flick back, see, oh, they're slap bang in the middle, so they're neither good neither bad. See why they want to join it. You can get their email, and yeah, I just think it's a lot better system than asking people to post responses onto the forums. And so you need a Google account, obviously, and it just goes into here. I mean, this one is one that I designed for a website I'm designing, and you just put your name, your email address, and post your comments, and it goes into here. Oh yeah, you can hide columns in here if it is going to be made public, but you might be able to like view them if you're like an external viewer. So I mean, I've set that up in one of the Google sites, and so I'm not going over Google sites in this. I might do if like loads of people want to know it, but that's sort of like a basic overview of sort of like how to set it up to sort of like gather data about people who want to join your server. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll get some more modded survival out in a couple of episodes. If you're watching that, I hope you've seen that latest one where I start singing Creeper Inferno. I thought I'd release that a little bit early because it was quite funny, but I'll bring some more of those out over the next couple of days, and yeah, so I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for